Hey Corinne, this is Mercedes. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. I promise it'll be worth it. I wanted to share with you three simple but powerful areas to focus on to completely transform how your customers will find you. This is a simple but effective blueprint that I believe every business owner should have. So you may be asking yourself why I've made a custom video for you and what's in it for me. In my past roles as an educator and real estate broker, I found satisfaction in helping people solve problems. And I know that most business owners, they're too busy running their own business to learn how to use the internet to benefit them. So the only hesitation to hire someone is because they don't know who's an expert and who isn't. So though this video is packed with value that you can implement yourself and see significant results, sometimes business owners do ask me to help implement these strategies for them after they understand how the process works. So the first thing that I like to focus on that affects your ranking online is your content, specifically your website content. As you can see that I pulled up your uh, website here, and the content really represents all the words found on your website, including the words that are underneath and hidden on your website. So the place that I am highlighting right now, that is your content. And also, you see this picture right here. You could also hide content here by looking at what you're saving your image as. And right now you call it, I think it's called adjusted, but you could actually hide some keywords in here and speak to Google about what your services are. So that's one place that you can also hide more content. So because Google doesn't read minds, it must read all the content on your site to understand exactly what you do, like what services you offer. So when you have enough relevant content with buyer intent keywords that people are using to search for you, it helps Google match the services that you offer with the searcher. Now, the average length of the number one result on Google for your industry, the beauty industry, is around 500 to 1,000 words. Your site currently, I put the words on your site in a word counter and you have 400 words. So you would need to add words of content on your homepage. When I look at what your images are saved at, there's missed opportunities for Google to pick up more keywords that will push your site up in search results. Now, let's check out your competition. I checked for your competition in Portland, and it looks like your number one competitor, when I searched esthetician Portland, is Harley True. If I searched facials Portland or facial Portland, it is this place called the Portland Girl. So I'm going to use the Portland Girl, more established and more of a better example. It ends up number one on a lot of things. So this place here, not only do they do skincare, facials, they also do sugaring. So we wouldn't necessarily look at that part that you don't do. So when I look at her website and highlight highlight all of this content on her website, it ends up to be a lot more words. So she's got a little bit over 1,000 words. She's 1,096 words on her website, which a bunch of it tells Google what they do. So of course they do more things than you. So you may not need as much, but it's good to be right up there with them. So they have a little over 1,000 words, but they also have a lot of keywords that Google picks up on to serve them on the relevant searches. So I have a tool called Ahrefs that I use. So I'm going to show you that tool, and you certainly can get that tool as well right there. And what I like about this tool is it allows me to look behind the scenes into your competitor's website, also your website. So I'm able to look under the hood to see what keywords they're ranking for. And Ahrefs also reveals what keywords your customers are typing in when they search, and approximately how many times that keyword is searched each month. Okay, so let's look here. As far as your site is concerned, these are your stats right now. So it looks like your website isn't doing much as far as communicating with Google right now. You are ranking for 24 organic keywords. You have 37 backlinks. Those are the two that I'd like for you to look at. And if I look at your keywords, you are ranking in I think the top position you have is 24. So when people are searching, you're 24th in line when people type in green tea antioxidant skin therapy. And you are for acne gel, and there's 630 people typing it in, but they're typing it in Korea. You're the 36th person or business that shows up when people type in acne gel. So we really do have to dial in what keywords you put on your website, so you can rank for the keywords that actually matter. Let's look at the Portland Girl. So as far as you're concerned, your business, your site, see, the Portland Girl site has 388 keywords. They have 642 organic traffic. I think yours was 0. That's okay. We can easily fix that. They have 926 backlinks, which I will talk about later. So right now we're talking about the first thing to focus on, and that was content. Okay? I don't want to confuse you, but let's see. They have 388 keywords, and they are ranking for, in the top position that they have, they are ranking for these keywords in position 2, best facial Portland, Oregon, best facial Portland, Oregon. They're in position 2, they're up there, facial in Portland. So the stuff that they are actually doing and specific to the area where they're at, they're putting that content on their website. So let us move on. So these keywords that you have are not exactly what your customers are typing in, like the acne gel. So the first thing you can do is get this right is to add at least 500 more words of content on your site that is rich with the right keywords, so Google will push you to the top when your customers search. So let's use the keywords that Portland Girl are using and pulling. Let's use the same keywords that Portland Girl is using and pulling in the most searches each month on your website to maximize the number of people that will find you when they do search online. So to summarize the first strategy, content, have at least 1,000 words on your site to exceed your competition's word count. And use the same high buyer intent keywords that the #1 competitor is using, because that is what's driving your competitor's business. You could take some of that business. They are 100% beatable if you get this done. Okay, I'm going to look at a Google search right here. Okay, when I search facial Portland, the first thing we see are the ads. But in this one, I don't have the ads up here. I think I have an ad blocker. So the thing about ads though, like you don't see any here because I have an ad blocker. Now some people have them too, and they don't even see the ads at all. And many people avoid clicking on ads. So be careful with Google Ads. Ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your website isn't dialed in with the right content. And also your website has to be able to convert that traffic that sends that traffic to your website. Underneath the ads right here, you will see the Google Map Pack. This is the top 3 businesses that pop up when people do a local search. So when they want to see something in Beaverton or Portland, they're going to type it in, facials, esthetician, acne treatments, or whatever it is specific to the city where you're at. This prominent position is where you want to show up. Why is that? Because you're one of the first businesses to be seen on results, so it drives more traffic to your site and ultimately leads to more conversions. So you may be asking, how do I end up in that map pack? The answer to that is the second area that I wanted you to focus on, which is citations. Citations, I wanted to show you what that is. Citations are actually just directory listings. So this instances where your business name, address, and phone number, or NAP for short, is listed on directories like Yelp, BBB, Yellow Pages, Angie's List, or wherever it is that you would put your directory listing in. Relevant industry-related directories, online directories, is where you would put your citations. Consistency and accuracy are key when listing your business information, as errors and inconsistencies can confuse Google and hurt your rankings. So right now you're not found in the top 3 for this search. Let me go back to the search. Here we go. So you're not listed in the top 3, obviously, because you're not in Portland yet, but you want to be listed here, correct? So your competitor right now is on 15 directories. I use another tool called WhiteSpark right here. Let me go back to this directory here. In WhiteSpark, it tells me that, where is it? Oh, the Portland girl, there she is. The Portland girl has 15 citations. So we can actually go in and look at which citations they have. They have 2 in ZoomInfo, Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Facebook, Yahoo, and other directories. They really don't have that many, so they're completely beatable. When I look at your business, I'm looking and I don't see them, even though it says you're on 6 directories. And I believe it's because everything really goes right back to Vagaro. So they're not really even your listings or your directory listings or what you call citations. So we should really fix that. All right, let's go back. So the tool that I used is WhiteSpark or Bright Local. You can use that as well. You'd be able to create an account and be able to look at your competition if you so choose to do so. So the wonderful thing about WhiteSpark or Bright Local, those are tools that can find out exactly which directories your competition is listed on, and then you'd be able to go after the same directory listings and even more relevant listings for your business to beat out your competition. Now, the top ranking local businesses, those that end up in the top 3 of the map pack, and that would be right here again, where you want to be. They generally have a considerable number of citations, depending on the industry. So the beauty industry the average has about 85 to 150 citations. And really, if you're just focusing on Portland, your number 1 competition has 16. You just want to make sure you're at least 30% above that to beat out the competition, and then push your business up in this map pack right here that you see. The goal would not be just to get the same number of citations that your competitor has, but to exceed them. So what we want to do is add well-known or industry-specific directories to take your competition's place on the map pack. This leads me to the third and final area that you can work on to help you dominate on Google, and that's called backlinks. So does it really matter if you're on the first page of results? Well, it does if you want customers to find you without having to type in your business name. And did you know that the number 1 position in organic search results? So let me go down below this section. This is the local search right here. But below this section is the organic search results. And the reason I picked the Portland girl is because they're constantly coming up on the first. And the wonderful thing about all these tools that I have is I'm able to see behind the scenes why it is that they're up at the top. So I just scrolled down below the map pack and we see the organic search results. To get there, your site needs authority. Well, backlinks, the third thing I wanted you to focus on, is what it does for your site is it gives your site authority. So backlinks are just links from other websites that point back to yours. Backlinks are like endorsements or votes of confidence. So Google treats them like trust signals. So when Google trusts you, it gives your site relevance and authority. It's kind of like a friend recommending your business to someone else. The more recommendations you get from respected sources, the more credible your business looks. But not all backlinks are equal. So the best ones come from sites that are relevant to your industry or well known in your community. When Google sees that other trustworthy sites point to yours, they'll take it as a sign that you're worth recommending to their users. So how can you beat the competition? So using Ahrefs, we can see exactly which sites are linking to them, and we can go get those same backlinks to go after, and we can go after more and better quality links for your website. Now your competition, Portland Girl, it seems like they actually have a lot of backlinks, but not unbeatable. Let me put the Portland Girl once again on the search. Here we go. We can take a look at their backlinks. They have 926. And let's take your Spring Wellness, for example. This website links back to their website, to Portland Girls' website, right there. So it says Spring Wellness is a boutique strength training gym and massage studio. So it's a relevant site to link back to the Portland Girl because it is industry related. So it's not like Pizza Hut has a link back to your website. This pizza doesn't have anything to do with skincare. But as far as wellness, strength training, massage, beauty, facials, that kind of stuff is related. And this is why this site is lending some of its link juice or its power and authority back to you. So the more people that link back to you, the more authority these sites give back to you. So we can see with the Ahrefs tool, we're able to see which sites are linking, just like I showed you right now. And we can go get those same links, go after more and better quality links for your site. So like I said, you had just a few backlinks, just if I look right here, just a few backlinks, but you're able to go in there and get some of what they have and get even more if you want to beat them by a landslide. So let's bridge this gap by doing, all these three things that I've pointed your attention to: content, citations, and backlinks. Your site will get a boost in authority from Google. So to summarize, getting to the top of Google is not magic. There is a method, actually. And I've just showed you that method. If we optimize those three areas, content, citations, and backlink, you'll put yourself in a position to outrank your competitors and get discovered by our ideal customers. And this is wonderful, especially since you're moving to Portland. We want to get that part started and your page starting to rank. Let's see, content, you need to add some keyword-rich content on there, improve your website. Citations, you want to have about 50 or more of these because your competition, has some, but we want to beat them by a landslide there too. And the last thing is you want to add backlinks. The backlinks actually just power your site. So it gives power to your site, and more people are able to go to your site. And then, of course, Google will be able to read all of your keyword-rich content, and you will get pushed up as far as search results are. So the competition is beatable. You can work on these three areas today and be #1 across Google if you wanted to. So I hope that with this video, I've helped demystify the process of building long-term success online. Please, you can feel free to take these three strategies, implement them on your own. However, if you want the most effective route, and also save yourself time, you can give me a call. Once again, this is Mercedes. My number is 702. You can actually call me at this number, not the Ohana one, but 702-701-0266. Look forward to hearing from you. Let me know what you think of the video. Have a fantastic day, Corinne.